Video is to show us one of the tools available with AddTools plugin for Metashape Professional Edition. Now this AddTools, you go ahead and go to the website, settide.com, go ahead and click on AddTools, follow the installation instructions and so on. And when you download this plugin, when you open up the Metashape version, and be sure to look at the compatibility requirements, when you open up a Metashape project, you will see at the top menu bar here where you have Ortho, Tools, Help, you'll see another one called AddTools. And AddTools will have whatever tools are available to you. So right here we have Workflow, Mesh, Markers, Shapes, Other. As more are added, we will see more. And today we're going to talk about Mesh and the Measure tool. Now maybe there is a project that you're working on that you need to collect some measurements of your 3D model. Maybe you are running 5, 10, 15, hundreds of models in the same Metashape project, and you don't want to painstakingly go through those one at a time. You don't want to export each of those models and calculate them elsewhere, either using one or other programs. This is a great place to start. So we go ahead and go to that drop-down menu, select Mesh, then Measure, and then here a pop-up box or window opens up with some options. And there's more information about each of these options on the documentation page on the website for AddTools documentation at settide.com. But let's go ahead and start here. Most of these are self-explanatory. So chunk, just like on the left side of our Metashape window, we have chunks, and again, we could have one chunk per model that we're building. We could have one chunk with all of our models if they're from the same camera set. If you have different camera sets, maybe you have them divided into, again, 50 or even hundreds of chunks. And so we're going to go ahead and select the chunk here. There is an option to select all the chunks, but for the purpose of this, we'll just select chunk number 1, like I have here on the left. And you'll see I have a couple of models on the left-hand side. I kind of duplicated the models to make different versions, cut some parts off and whatnot, so we know that they're different. And so I'm going to come to the second option here, select a mesh. And again, I can measure all the mesh models. Maybe I have one chunk like this, and I've got 20 variations of a model from the same image set, and I want to collect some measurements on them. You can go ahead and select that option. For the purposes of this, I'll go ahead and select this bottom one here, and then we have a bunch of different measurements that we can collect. We have area, which is the flat planar two-dimensional area. We have surface area, which is the three-dimensional area. We have circularity, we have height, which gives us maximum, minimum, and height range. If you have a shape, a polygon shape that you want to collect this measurement within, we can do the perimeter 2D and 3D. We have extent volume, and volume is available if your mesh is closed, which for this one, mine isn't. We can do within boundary, so again, we can collect our different shapes, and we can collect a shape there, so select the layer and then the shape. You can sort it by color if you have surface area enabled. So you have some categories that you can select here, and these will be added on as more versions of AddTools comes out. So you can select some of these options. Maybe I'll select this, maybe I'll select this. Great. And I don't need to do it within a shape at all. Okay, awesome. So then I will do units, which is some of the major units that we use. We have our metric units, kilometers, meters, centimeters, and millimeters, miles, feet, and inches. And then Metashape does support US miles, feet, and inches for those people who are doing very specific types of surveying. Maybe they need these type of metrics, so we also support that as well. And then there's a cool capability here at the bottom where you can export as a CSV kind of spreadsheet file or just a simple text document. And then selecting OK, the process will run, and then you will see either the CSV or the text file automatically exported into the folder location of the directory where this Metashape project is. So that is Measure Mesh with AddTools for Metashape. Go ahead and check it out at settide.com. Feel free to leave a comment, hit subscribe, and like this video to see more. Thanks.